Welcome back, everyone. So let's remove the bookmark and continue our epic tale. So, Liberators. It is early in the morning, waking up a few hours earlier than everyone else, with the exception of Duran, who only needs 4 hours of sleep. So, at least Duran, you would have heard Horatio get up and leave early in the morning to head towards his training with Coben. Horatio, you head on off out of the building into the dustlit sky. It's quiet. There's barely anyone moving about. They're just going to their destination. And you begin heading the familiar path towards Coben's demon-slaying shop. But you all wake up and feel stronger, more adept than you were before. And you're all officially one level higher. You have reached level 13.
Yay!
Hey, yay!
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 Woo!
I get literally nothing except for my proficiency.
+5 proficiency bonus.
Oh no, I also get a 7th level spell.
I
Yeah.
get nothing.
But, Horatio, you walk down the winding path towards the demon-slaying shop of Coben, passing the canals, until eventually you walk up towards the doorway, the familiar doorway that, as soon as you go to knock, it opens up automatically for you, like, and you hear, "I'm in the back! Just make yourself at home!"
Horatio would walk in and
As soon as you do, the door slams shut.
he immediately goes towards the back, towards Coben.
Okay, so you all pass this, all of his magical effigies and other items of demon slaying, passing back to get to the area you were before when you held your seance the night prior. Everything has been rearranged. The statues have been placed further into the back. The front area that was where the magic circle was is now full of grass that has been neatly cut. There is a table there with different vials of bubbling oozes and shifting liquids and smoke billowing out of them that's all colors of the rainbow. They are wearing bifocal glasses that seem to extend in and out as he's concentrating, looking at a certain vial. Clad in a apron, you see, is Coben. And he goes, "Come over here, Horatio, over here, Master Horatio."
Yes, hello. Good morning.
And good morning indeed. Well, I assume you are here for the training and whatever questions you may have for me, correct?
Yes. What are you working on here?
Well, I've just been working on a concoction that can use my infusion magic from a distance. You see, in order to infuse it, you have to be touching it. But through these vials of potions, perhaps maybe I'll be able to throw a potion over and infuse a weapon from a distance, keeping us wizards safe. Though I do like to be in the fray myself, but other people will be able to use it.
All right.
It's a work in progress and will take quite some time. But in any case, and he says, and he goes up to the table, to the side of the table, the edge, and holds onto it with both hands. He then begins to pull, and you expect the table to move with all the stuff in it, but instead it increases in size, stretching out further about 10 feet into the backyard, further towards like the fence.
Okay, so it just looked like he, instead of pulling it back, just kind of like removed the tarp type of thing?
No, he literally increased the size of the table by pulling it.
Oh.
Just extended.
Okay.
But then he goes out there and he says, and he starts going into his backpack that he's wearing and taking out a dagger, some small knives, and a short sword, and placing them across on the table. And then he places a gigantic book right in between them. "I will teach you the basis of infusion magic. That is, enchanting a powerful element into an item."
Okay. Horatio begins taking notes.
Okay. So you spend the better part of the next... We'll do it by hourly. Up until... He said about 4 hours, but you can end it at early, or in case something happens, you can. So during the first hour of practice, I need you to roll me at advantage an intelligence check.
That is a natural 20 for a total of 25.
Nice.
25, natural 20. Yeah, you're learning all about the different magical circles that are required to harness the evocation magic that gets infused into a blade. and you're finding out the formulas, and you're even, as he's telling you certain formulas, you're thinking, actually, if I do it this way and reverse the incantation, and instead of talking about the elements, talk about the primordial essence inside, I can probably increase the power. And then going through that goes through your mind, and Koben is very impressed by the way that you're learning and coming up with your own ideas. And you have an extreme 2 successes in learning infusion magic with your natural 20.
Hey.
So write that down. Infusion magic, 2 success.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the hours go by as you're practicing, and all the rest of you begin to wake up from your long rest, feeling energized and more powerful than the night before. What do you all do? We'll start off with King.
I will roll over and roll into Duran's chest and say, thank you for indulging me in staying in bed. I know you've been up for probably at least a few hours. And I'll nuzzle and hug him.
Duran opens his eyes. I was simply enjoying the view, he says, nuzzling King back with his chin across the top of his forehead.
We have a big day today, and a lot of things to get through. Suppose we should get up, don't you think?
I think I have finally settled for a name for my weapon, for this blade that was made for me.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
I sit up excitedly. Do tell. Or do you wish to, unveil it to everybody?
The blade, it reminds me, in its angles and its darkness, and of a flower on the upper layer, the corpse flower, the rafflesia. It has a smell that is much like that of a corpse, and yet flies are drawn to it.
I do recall. It is rare as well, too. That is a befitting name.
Yes. I wish to have named it in Dwarven, but I do not know the tongue.
I, unfortunately, cannot help you. I speak a few languages, but Dwarven is not one of them. I similarly feel as if I must form a connection. I, as you saw, have a deeper understanding of the power within. The unicorn, I wish to commune with it this afternoon and perhaps learn more. I'm sure the others have things they wish to discuss too.
Horatio is already working very hard. I heard him walk out this morning.
Oh, did you? He has a lot to live up to. Well, I understand the pressure.
Worked so hard. I'm surprised that he knows so much, can do so much. It's just, I used to not understand how resilient the human people were. But Horatio, with less time than I have, with less years than I have, is such a powerful master of the magics. It's incredible.
There's something about his mind. He is unlike any person I've ever met. He can recall the tiniest detail with ease. He is so perceptive, and he is meant to be such a grand magus. Surely, he's meant for greatness.
I always will trust your heart in all matters, but it is Horatio's mind that I think will guide us to victory. I trust him like no other than you, of course, my dearest. He says, lining up kisses on your arm up to your cheek.
I just jump into him and kiss him and make out for a little bit longer before getting out of bed and getting ready.
Okay. After your touching scene of you rising from bed, Cal, what are you doing this morning? You did not rest well at all.
I did not. I think after getting the appropriate amount of sleep for a long rest, he would come down and kind of take up the same position he was at before he went to bed and kind of wait for everyone else to come downstairs to discuss what we planned on doing before the gala. And I think he would have known that Horatio was leaving early in the morning, so
Yeah.
he knew that Horatio isn't going to be there, which is unfortunate because that is the one person he wanted to talk to today. So he seems anxious as everyone else comes down, but I'm also not going to go out of my way to tell anybody right now what's wrong.
Okay. Are you drinking? Are you day drinking? Morning?
Like an Irish coffee, I think.
Okay. And Minako? Horatio has already woken up early and not disturbed you as he's exited out, and you wake up and look to the side and see that he is no longer in the bed. What do you wish to do?
Minako kind of rolls over. She sees that she's alone and there's this kind of quiet moment where she looks, she goes, oh no, house.
Coming out of the walls, you see the automaton.
Can you make breakfast? Oh, and can you brush my hair? Oh, and when did Horatio leave?
Certainly, I can do all those things. And he looks, his eyes roll to the back of his head, and you see coming out of one of the other walls is another exactly identical automaton, and it walks up to you with a brush in hand and begins brushing your hair as you're standing there, while the other automaton looks to you and says, breakfast is being made now. At this moment, Cal, since you're in that area, you see an automaton just appear out of the wall and begin cooking. Making his way through the kind of dining hall area where the bar and liquor is located, and makes his way into the kitchen, just out of nowhere.
I think Cal spills a little bit of coffee in surprise as that happens. Like, this is too early for this kind of thing to be happening.
But it goes in and you hear it clanging around, and you hear the sound of a flame being lit up and pots and pans being used. But Monako, the automaton in your room, walks up to you and says, Master Horatio left a few hours earlier.
Oh, well, seems as though everything's okay. Thank you very much, house. That will be all. And then she kind of waves away the one brushing her hair and kind of like fixes it up, and she'll draw a figure in the air with her finger, and smoke will come out and trail around her, and prestidigitation will kind of clean her up a little bit and get rid of the morning hair and such, or rather the kind of morning stickiness, I don't know, the sleepy in her eyes and such. And then she'll kind of like just go downstairs and see that Cal is waiting right there.
Okay. You head downstairs and more or less. What time are the two of you, King and Duran, heading out of the room as well? Or would you be like, you put on your things and head off, or do you still have more things you wish to do in the room?
Duran kind of says, Duran's kind of strategy with this is he doesn't like to leave until he smells Monaka making food.
Okay. You indeed don't smell anything yet.
Yeah, I will get dressed and sort of tidy up and hold on to Chastifold in its unicorn spire and sort of say, well, I'm ready now. I think that they're probably waiting, and I don't smell Monaco's cooking, but something seems to be going on downstairs. Shall we have a peek?
But Monaco's not done cooking yet. We'll have to wait for her cooking to be done.
Usually help her. I sometimes help her, and I think about the good times we had in the kitchen, and feel a little sad for a minute.
Is everything okay with you and Monako?
I don't know. I think she's been lying to me. I think she's been lying to all of us.
What do you mean?
I know that you don't understand magic very well, and to be honest, I don't fully understand it either. I just know when things are good and bad and positive and negative, and Maliki is a goddess of light and good, and she radiates light and positive energy, and when Monaco's wand appeared, a darkness black as pitch appeared, and a hand of burning and hatred appeared, and it felt terrible, and it was a willing embrace. And then I'm reminded of the time when we were dancing just the other day, and she left me to dance with someone else, and I saw a similar hand. I think I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions of our friends, but I think she's courting darkness, and it pains me to say so. And I feel like she's been lying to me.
Monako also was the one who came in when your vision was happening and saved you from being hurt by Maliki's energy in you. Monako has looked out for us, made meals with us, and helped us every day of our journey since we've met her.
I know, and she saved me when I was having such terrible visions. She's been such a good friend. I don't know, that's why I'm troubled. I feel like I don't know everything, and I'm worried.
It is okay. These people are our friends. They've looked out for us. They had our backs. We have to trust them.
I look up with big puppy dog eyes and watering, and I'm saying, are you sure? I really only trust you.
Of course. I've seen these people on the battlefield have our backs. These are our true friends. As true as our love,
You're right. And I take a deep breath. They have helped us, and we have helped them in return. We are family now, and
Plus, I cannot help but not feel any kind of fear towards tiny Monako. I've seen her on the battlefield, but I can't imagine her being anything but helpful.
you would be surprised. Strong power comes in all sizes. Comes in large muscles, and it also comes in words and incantations, hushed, as quiet as a whisper.
And sometimes in this tiny happy package, he says, lifting King up from his armpits.
You're so silly. Come on, I love you so much. Let's go. Let's join the others.
And as you guys go and head out, you open up the door, standing right in front of the door, Monako, as you turn. You see their door open up, and all three of you kind of meet up.
Oh, Monako, thank goodness. When is the food getting cooked?
Oh, good morning. I asked the house to do it today. I woke up late.
It's all
Last
right.
night was...
It was hard, and a lot.
Yeah, certainly a lot.
Thanks for getting the house started. It smells good. Not as good as yours, though, I say sheepishly.
Oh, not as good as when you helped me. Come on, let's go eat.
All right. I wonder if Cal's down there as we walk down the staircase.
And you all head downstairs, go and pass the staircase into the left side where the dining hall is. Opening up the door, you see sitting at one of the bars drinking coffee is Cal, a little hunched over his cup. Cal, you turn and see your allies walk in, as well as the sound of cooking is being heard next door from the automaton who's been put to work.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You alright?
Yeah, it was not the best night's sleep.
I actually slept pretty well. But, yeah, last night was... Anyway, you look like...
Are you okay? Cal, what happened? Last night when we all had our visions, I sort of felt a deep haze and fog, and I sort of just a gray mist blocked me from your communion. I don't understand what happened.
That was, Kalembor.
Like directly involving?
Yeah,
What?
Whoa!
he spoke with me last night.
You don't sound happy for meeting your god. What happened? I take a step closer to you. I put my hand to your head. I'm trained in medicine. Make sure you're okay.
While
Do you have a fever?
I did get some answers about those revolvers, I also have more to think about and just more questions. I need to be very careful how I use these things.
I thought that it was your honor to use them properly to put the cycle of life and death in balance. Is that no longer the case?
Oh, that still stands, King. You are correct. But this business with being the key to a lot of our problems, I say as I look around at the automatons running around in and out of the kitchen, getting things onto the table.
I'll put my hand on my nose to be I understand your subtlety.
Yeah, so I'd prefer not to say any more for now.
I'll look towards Minako and I'll say, perhaps we can have lunch in the dome outside after the house finishes preparing it?
Yes, perhaps
Is that all right?
when Horatio has returned from his training.
That is right, he is away. How long will he be training with Master Koban?
I suspect Master Koben will put him through the ringer for the entire morning, at least.
It is his first day, so he has to show him who's boss.
Do you think when he comes back, he'll be the same body type as Koban?
Immediately.
I think it takes a little while, Duran.
Wizard Horatio is a fast learner.
That is true. I would be surprised if he had not picked up something already.
I agree, Master Duran, but the muscles work a little slower than the mind.
I believe that in many cases, but with magic, I no longer know what limit there is.
I think that's the best answer you could give.
Coward.
At this point, the automaton comes out with a beautiful spread of omelets, meats, pancakes and other breakfast assortments. Starts carrying it over with several more automatons of the exact same look, carrying them as well. They all turn to you as they walk into the dining room and says, "Where would you like to eat, my masters?"
In the back, thank you.
Excellent, they all say together at once, their voice echoing throughout this chamber. And they start heading towards the back and the outside area. You mean like the exterior, correct?
Yeah, we've been sitting
Yeah.
in the backyard, like on the patio. We've been doing that lately, so our same spot.
Okay, so then if you're already at your tables, then they would just serve you right where you are right there and start placing them on the table, because it's a large table that you're all at.
Right here, thank you.
And they start putting down all the plates in front of you. You can easily grab more plates and make your own meals. But they all stand, about 10 of them, and you have a smorgasbord of food, even more so than when Monako normally cooks. Because you don't cook in overabundance, you cook an amazing meal for everyone. This is just like an overabundant amount of food that's been placed there. But it smells great. And after placing it down, they all stand in a single file line, waiting and just standing there, looking at you all.
Dismissed.
Thank you, masters.
Thank you for your preparation, House.
And some of them go into the wall, and some of them go into the ground as they all fade away. And they say, "Let us know if you need anything else."
After they leave a second, I'll say, "Sorry, Minako, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say?"
I thought, well, let's eat and talk. But wow, last night,
Yeah, thank you all so much for taking part in that ritual. I don't know if I would have been able to get the same results without you helping me, and I hope it was worth it for all of you.
yeah, I mean, oh wow, what an experience.
Definitely.
King, but well, she kind of like she's like setting up her plate, and she leans in and she looks up and she kind of like motions to get in close to whisper, and then she remembers that she has the mental band, and then uses her earring to communicate to King, and she says, Horatio kissed me last night.
I dropped my fork onto the plate. What?
What?
I grab the whiskey and pour more of it into my coffee.
I'm sorry. I'm
Because
sorry.
I didn't hear that. I just saw the fork fall. I don't know what's going on.
No, I interject out loud with words. What?
Yeah, that's Duran reacting to the fork drop and the what?
Sorry, Minako. What?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it was out of nowhere, but I don't know.
That seems out of nowhere. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, nowhere is kind of. It's not like there's nothing, but it's. I mean, it's, you know. And she's kind of like blushing and fidgeting.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'll look towards the others and be like, it's okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to react like that. I was not expecting that.
And she's like looking down and just like playing with her thumbs.
So I can summon a spirit of a unicorn. That is what I learned. Mylaki, as you all know, resides within me, and in my vision, Kalaria came to me, and by her side, it is her trusted unicorn patron, and she is with me, and I am able to call her forth when we need. And I just blurted out just like that to change the subject.
Yes, the king said he would let me pet it today. I imagine we all can.
Can we, King?
I believe that it is a sentient beast, so we will have to ask its permission, but I believe it will be honored to be admired, so as long as we ask permission and consent first, I think that it would be all right. Perhaps after breakfast, we can meet her.
Oh, that's right. We have the gala tonight. I had totally forgotten.
Oh no, I totally made a scene when we were speaking with the tailor, and now he's not making me any clothes. I wonder if the house will be able to freshen up my Gleam Elite clothing. I wanted to look spiffy and special.
Your what?
House!
Coming through the walls once again. And the exterior is like made out of stone, so now it's like a stone-like automaton. And you see, hello, master. You called?
Yeah, I have elite clothing from another place, and it's very special, but I just need to make sure that it looks prim and proper. Would you be able to sort of dry clean it for me?
Of course, masters. We can clean and cleanse any clothes you need within the hour. Would you like any alterations?
If you could potentially acquire a accoutrement like a sash or some additional flair, possible bag to go with it.
Also, if you want something new, we can acquire that for you.
Yes. Well, I'll leave my clothing in my room, and you can scan and acquire an appropriate accessory.
Of course. Do you all be needing some type of alterations, cleaning, or new clothes, masters? It says, looking around the room.
2 people bought new clothing, but I put up a stink and didn't get new clothes.
Yeah, Monaco definitely has a beautiful dress that was made for her already.
Oh, no, but I will be needing help to get into it later tonight.
Excellent. We will be here to help you, masters. Master Cal, Master Duran, and perhaps for Master Horatio. Will you be needing anything? Or he will be needing anything?
I was planning going like this.
Oh no, honey.
What's
We'll have to
wrong
get
with
you
this?
some elegant clothing. You're going to a gala. You're there to impress. Dressed to impress?
I'm not going unarmed.
We will be needing something appropriate for a gala for our friend.
I'll be leaving additional funds for you to procure such clothing.
Excellent. We will acquire. We already have your size. We will be able to get it for you, masters. Will Master Duran need it as well?
I think
I have mine from Galeem with yours as well, King, in the portable hole.
correct. I was going to have those freshened up for us. So we have a sort of a matching unit, themed clothing. So Duran and I are taking care of house.
Oh, excellent, master. So all we will need to do is procure a fashionable outfit for the gala for Master Cal here. Will we be needing anything for Master Horatio?
I don't recall if he has anything tailored. Can you stop by the tailor shop to see if we had something ordered for him? And if not, procure something for him.
Sure, I'll keep it on your tab, masters.
Long, fashionable robes, lots of filigree, something befitting of a grand magus.
I believe all of this could be put under the Arcanums tab.
Oh, we will alert the corporus that for Master Horatio, and if so, yes, we will be placed under his under the account for the corporus.
Yes, make sure to let them know that it is for the Dularian.
It freezes for a second after hearing that name, and then starts to function again. Says, "We will, we will alert them, Master."
All right, thanks. You're dismissed now. Appreciate it.
Wait, can you also pick up a package for me from in town? Dungeon Master, this time with the special custom order Duran put in, be ready?
Oh yes, it would have been ready by now. So yes, you can go ahead and yes, it would be ready.
Yes, if you can go retrieve the package for under Wizard Horatio's name there as well.
We will, masters. We'll get that for you.
And make sure to keep it wrapped in a package thing.
Excellent.
Wrapped.
Will do, master. Is there anything else you'll be needing? Alright then, I will head off. And it fades back into the house, disappearing, leaving the last bit of it, just his eyes shifting back, looking at you. And it disappears.
So I just want to say I'm very excited to see your outfits that you have from that other place.
Yes, they're very festive and adorned with lots of feathers, as Galeem was a very desert-like city surrounded by sands and hot sun, so their clothing was a little exposing, but still very regal.
The last time we met with the king, it did not go so well.
Don't bring up such harsh memories. We are on another plane. Let's have hope for a new future. A better one this time.
The last
That's not
time we
hope.
met with the king, we haven't spoken to Kai. And then she kind of like taps her earring like it does something, and then tries to brain chat Kai.
Okay.
Kai.
Are you brain chatting him directly?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go ahead and reach out towards Kai, linking between your ascending jewelry. At first, you don't hear anything, and then you hear, Manako, is that you?
Yeah. What's going on with you?
I can't talk much now. He is in the city. Nothing. The city's surrounded by the forces from Shiverin. We're all supposed to have a dinner. We suspect it's a trap. We're handling things here, but the smell of war is wafting in the air. I feel like anything can set this powder keg off. Wish me luck.
Of course, Kai. We're due to meet with King Terminus soon. There should be helps.
Hurry up, if you can.
We're doing everything we can. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. If war breaks out, we'll need his forces, and I hope whatever Queen Camilla put in that letter convinces him to come.
If it doesn't, we'll do what we can to convince them.
I know you will. Thank you, Manako.
All right. Thank you, Kai.
And the link is dropped, and he stops talking.
She says, "Oh, wow. Yeah. Last time we talked to Queen Camilla, things didn't go so well, right? So I thought of checking in, and sounds like Fia's still around.
That's good.
He said that the smell of war was in the air. We really have to make sure that King Terminus gets this letter, and if whatever is inside doesn't get him send troops or help, we have to find another way to get that help. Right, but breakfast, of course.
Alright, so you guys go ahead and finish up breakfast. Meanwhile, Horatio, you're on to the next part of your training. Koben walks up to you and says, while you're reading the book and he's instructing more on magical symbols, he goes, "Here, hold this!" And you put out your hand, and all of a sudden it's a huge weight that's put onto it, and you swing it down. He goes, "A good body makes a good mind. I want 20 reps while you study." Roll me a strength save, athletic check.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Totally blindsided. Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Horatio.
6.
Okay. Come on, you can do it! You're like, trying to wait, and it's a heavy weight. Now read this stanza out loud. This is the incantation. Read it while doing these reps. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin! Not even letting you get a word in as he's just spouting out these commands.
Horatio is like, kind of smiles a bit as he's like, "Alright, let me struggle with this weight." And he's gonna try his best to do it.
Alright, roll me another intelligence check. No advantage this time, since you are being hindered by your poor athleticism.
Can I use the blessing of the Il Rabu?
Yes, you can, if you so wish.
And that gives me a D8, correct?
Correct.
Nice.
7. So, that's what, 15?
Okay, so it was hard. Lifting this weight up and down, it definitely hinders as you're trying to read, but with your keen mind, you're sticking to the words, chanting out the incantation. You spill on a couple of the words as you try to speak them. A lot of the words that he's writing, and you see a lot of the way magic works here is that it uses primordial, which is like source magic, the most powerful magic anyway. But you are having an easy time at least saying the words because of your archon powers now understand primordial fluently. So you begin speaking them. You stumble here and there because of the concentration break from lifting the weight, but a success nonetheless on that, and you can give yourself a third success, which is the amount of success needed to begin to process the ability of how to infuse magic. So for the most part, since you can't go into negative successes, you would have had one more roll, but the natural 20 did give you 2. You have successfully, for the most part of the day, study and learn the basic of infusing magic. It will take more time to learn how to use it in actuality, but when it comes time for that, you will definitely have a jump on it.
Alright, cool. Whenever there's some downtime, I would ask Koben, "Hey Koben, have you ever heard about Archons of Power?"
He goes, "Yes, I have. It's very rare for a wizard to be an Archon of Power. usually has something to do with the divinity in their blood or some special gift from an item or the gods themselves. But there have been some archons of power in the past, very powerful mages who can seep into, well, the very fabric of reality itself.
What are the names of some of those? Do you know any?
I can't recall them off the top of my head, but I'm sure the Corporus will have books on these people, provided if you have clearance to that level. Anyway.
And, okay. Do you know how many different powers these archons had?
Well, I'm not sure of all of them, but I do know there's there's an archon of hope and light, as well as there's an archon of wisdom and strength, and then of course the archon of war and peace. Other than that, I don't know if there are more.
Hope and light, wisdom and strength, and war and peace.
Right.
Alright.
Why? Why does that interest you so, Mr. Horatio?
We're nowhere that we can be seen, right?
That's correct.
Can you keep a secret?
Of course. Whatever you say to me here, we have a teacher-student confidentiality binding agreement, he says, laughing.
I mean...
Don't worry, Master Horatio. Everything will be fine. Whatever you need to tell me, I'll say it remember, in confidence.
I might be an archon of power, he whispers.
Excuse me. I don't think I heard you. What?
Well, I might not. I am an archon of power.
No. How? What? But and he says, stumbling his words. Kind of goes on for like a moment, just not processing it.
Cannot. Okay. You cannot tell anyone.
He looks back and forth, and he goes, "Can you show me?"
Yeah, and I switch to war mode.
Okay, and in fashion, the energy around you starts to swirl, flares up as your hair. I don't know if you tied it back into a.
Yeah, he
bun.
would have tied it back.
The bun, the rope that ties together burns away as your hair stands up once again, as your body's covered in tattoos and the energy threatens to rip the very fabric of the clothes that you're wearing, and then you kind of shut it off before that starts to happen as it begins to rip, and he just looking over at you like, what my words, my words by the old gods and the new, what? I can't believe what mine eyes have seen.
I need your help. I don't exactly trust the Corporus.
That you shouldn't.
I think that whoever's in power now, Judean Sunfell, he wants to use me to become the Grand Magus, maybe. I don't know what his plan is, but that's the logical one I see.
He falls back onto the ground, landing down on his butt as he just goes, whoa, no, what? I need some water. And then when he snaps his fingers, you see something floating over one of the side tables, a decanter of water that pours directly into his mouth, and then it falls into his face, and he goes, okay.
I know it's a lot.
Yeah, it's you are an archon of power, and the Archmage of Duskhaven wants to use you to overthrow and rule the Corporus Arcana. Yeah, that's a lot.
Would you be able to help me?
Oh, that's quite the task. I retired from the Corporus Arcana. I don't. And then he looks back and remembers the conversations you had before. But if something like this is going on in Thelos, first with the undead, and then the undead creatures who have a home here, and then now this, and then all the other things about the Corporus that I don't trust. Yes, Mr. Horatio, I can aid you however I can, he says, putting his thick hands on your shoulder.
Thank you. You know, this infusion magic is definitely interesting. You're a grand wizard yourself.
No, I'm just a simple infuser, conjurer, evoker, and ritualist. I dabble here and there. I'm a master of none, but a jack of all trades when it comes to magic. I'm nothing compared to the power that you've just showcased. You and all your friends.
And Yeah, he goes back to learning.
Okay. So the rest of the learning experience is a little bit awkward, but like I said, you also already completed everything. But the day goes on, and he goes, "All right, that's enough for today. Even I need a break after all that. You're such an excellent student, Master Horatio. You do me proud. I think you're on your way. Come back when you're free again, and we can go on to the next part of your training. That will be much tougher."
I will speak with Duran to help me do some push-ups.
Oh yes, you were a little weak there. Remember, strong mind means a strong body to house it. He says, flexing his muscles. Muscles upon muscles form on his biceps.
That's a strong body, all right. Are you gonna be at the gala?
Oh, me heavens no. I would never get invited to the gala. Only the higher-ups of the corporis and other nobles and those chosen, like yourselves, are able to join. I'm just a humble demon slayer of the Light District.
All right, then maybe I'll see you tomorrow for some more training.
Yep.
All right.
All right then. Thank you. And may the Trias always be behind your back.
And the old gods too, right?
And the old gods as well.
Horatio laughs a little bit and walks off towards the mansion.
All right. So you make your way back towards the mansion. After a pretty uneventful trip back to it, the door opens up as you walk through the threshold, and the automaton once again appears. Welcome, Master Horatio. I hope your endeavors were fruitful. Is there anything I can assist you with?
No, thank you. You're dismissed. And Horatio keeps walking, and he just looks for where everyone's at.
Okay. Well, during this time when you've been training, the rest of you have finished up breakfast. Was there anything specific you wanted to do in the last hour or so until Horatio arrives? You don't know when he's arriving, but he does arrive within the next hour. Or do you just want to go back to your rooms, or do you want to go ahead and summon your unicorn?
I think that we were just casually finishing dinner or breakfast, and I'll say I think that we should wait. Should I wait for Horatio to call out the unicorn, or should we?
Maybe we wait till everyone's here. This is the first time you're doing this, right?
Yeah, it's a big moment.
We should give it the respect it deserves.
Yes, I guess we can wait. That makes sense.
Is Duran pouting when he says that?
Although
Absolutely.
I know the two of you aren't much for waiting.
Ooh,
Hey
burn.
now.
So you guys are just going to just hang about?
Since we don't know how long it's going to be, I'll turn to Minako and I'll say, Minako, I think we need to talk. I think we all need to talk together about a few things, because I'm making assumptions that I don't want to make, and I want to talk to you because you're my friend, and I'm scared and I'm worried.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like dead serious in this moment.
Yeah. And she like kind of takes this deep sigh, and this is, I knew this moment would come. We should talk in private in a bubble, and she will go to start preparing that. The dome.
Can I help you?
You can, yeah. Well, I don't know what, how, but you're always appreciated, King.
Okay, I'll just sit cross-legged next to her, directly at like.
Branchat's king. King, what are you doing? I thought we already talked about this.
I brain chat back in Elvish. Come here, my love. We all must speak together. And everyone just sees me put my hand out and reach towards Duran. We have to speak openly.
Duran walks over next to you and sits down, crossing his arms and legs. Brain chats. I thought we were supposed to see the unicorn.
In due time, I'll smile.
And now we're doing this.
I'll say in my mind, I'm trying to think of a Elvish proverb, an untended wound festers and rots. Only the strongest grow from a healthy culling.
A healthy culling, I know. Old wisdom is the truest wisdom. I understand. But I think this is a waste of time.
Come on, Cal, you too.
Yes. there's much to be talked about.
So it takes Minako but she's preparing the ritual, and you have to go and gather your things. So it takes you a little bit to do that. Around this time, Horatio, is probably when you ended your training and are just walking back. But the bubble has completed as Minako finishes her ritual stances and movements of a maiden, and then you all are engulfed in a 10-foot diameter magical dome, and are better off cut off from the outside world.
So after the dome kind of goes up, Minako sits on the opposite side of it from King, cross-legged, or rather on her knees, and with her book kind of just folded up on next to her after casting spells from it. She has a serious look on her face, and is kind of still doing that sort of playing with her thumbs. So you're worried about what you saw when my wand, what visions came out of it, aren't you?
There was a darkness like no other I have seen before, and it felt so evil, and it scared me.
Yeah, it's scary. And she rolls up her sleeve and starts to roll down the bandage on her right arm, revealing the scar again for King. And she says, "You know, it is true. I am a warlock, sworn and beholden to a fiend. Dark powers course through me, and I have been using them since before you knew. But
I don't understand. I thought her powers came from Nyx, Durant says, confused.
Nyx isn't your patron, is she?
no,
Who's your patron, Minako?
I'm afraid I cannot tell you his name, but it is. You should know that he does work to escape his prison, and that I work for him to these goals. But they are not my main goals, and this is not what I chose to do with my life. This is not. I mean, you know me, King.
What happened when we were dancing? Who did you dance with? Was it him or them?
It was him. He's with me often, and I speak with him often. And her face kind of screws up a little bit, and she looks away. I didn't.
Have you cast against us? When I asked and communed with Mylaki, they said one was transpiring, or one was plotting against us. Was it because of your actions that's truth?
I didn't. That crossed a line, but yes, King, I sent visions to you.
I just look up and tears start to roll down my face.
Nako, I don't understand. You are a friend. I don't understand what any of this means.
I am your friend. More than that, you guys are my life now. But he is also my life. I am beholden to him, and there is no choice about it for me.
But you said you didn't have a choice. Was this forced upon you? Are you being forced to act against your own will?
She when you ask that, she instinctively puts her hand on the burn mark on her wrist, and she says, "Forced is a strong term, but King, I don't want anything bad. I don't want to do anything bad.
How could you be on our side and not want to do bad things to us and then do them and serve this evil? I understand the complexities of the cosmos and tapping into darkness. I'm not naive, but it sounds sinister and not something you would do. Are you sure it's really your choice or not your choice?
King,
how do we know you're not going to hurt us or turn against us in the moment of dire need?
No, King, you don't understand. I put everything on the line so that I wouldn't have to. I'm not going to hurt you.
I want to trust you. But I don't right now.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Go. What does your patron want? I don't understand.
It's starting to make sense now.
My patron, he is the ancient enemy of the most ancient enemy of the demons, and he resides the devils. He is a fiend, and he is locked in that place. It is my duty to work to free him. more than that, I told you that I speak with him.
Yeah.
You must understand, I also know him. And I know that what he wants is not to see the world burn, not how you think it means. He's not so terrible. He's better than, he's treated me better than he ever did, at least.
Horatio, is that this time you would be entering in as they're having a conversation and stepping in, and after dealing with the automaton, you turn and the doors are open. They're not closed, so you can see just off into the distance just weird fluctuation of light, and you just automatically instinctively know that this is like possibly some type of like tiny hut or things like that, but off into the patio in the back.
He would walk towards it, and I can't hear anything, but I would like doop, 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 knock on it.
And you guys would have been seeing that Horatio was walking up close towards the dome, halfway, well into your conversation. You see him kind of walk up and knock onto the force wall.
Oh, it's Horatio. He should be here. And brain chat, Horatio, come in.
And Horatio kind of steps inside, all chipper because he just learned something new and reads the room.
You just see tears pouring down my face and like water still in my eyes wobbling.
And he looks at Minako.
Similar amount of tears, but not nearly as wobbly and devastated.
Horatio, Minako
hey,
has something to tell us.
I know what she's talking about.
You know?
You knew?
How can you know what she's talking about?
I suspected it a while back. I just wanted her to be the one to tell you.
You see, it's not always safe for me to talk about these things, but Horatio is there for me. She smiles up at him.
He kind of looks a little shameful and smiles back sheepishly.
So Minako, how do you aim on doing this patron's bidding? What's their goal? What do they want? What are you doing for them?
And you can see there's this sort of genuine difficulty in the words coming out, and fear kind of hits her face, and she says, I'm afraid that I cannot give you direct details, but know that I would never do anything to put you in jeopardy, any of you, and that all I want is for the best of for this place. I would not forward an agenda that would see it end, not knowingly. I love my world, and I love all of you.
You going to tell them about the plan the Corporus gave us?
Corporus knows about this too? Who doesn't know?
Only Judean knows.
Great. That's exactly who we want to know.
I don't trust him either, Cal, but this is dire, as he looks at Minako.
She says, Horatio, can you tell them?
Judean let us know of a way to break her pact while she still maintains his power. It is a dangerous mission, though.
And Minako, do you want to break this pact?
Will that give you true freedom? I look up a little hopeful.
She's kind of looking silently. She just looks down, and says, I'm doing what I have to do. But please,
in order to further discuss it, you would have to be in the Sunfell Sanctum.
There's no, I can't tell you. I can't. But know that my heart is in the right place. Please, King.
I want to trust you. I feel your love. I do. And I'll put my hands out to grab her hands. And I'll say, you've hurt me, but I forgive you.
I'm so sorry, King.
I know you didn't mean to do it, and you wouldn't of your own volition.
I don't want to hurt you.
I know. We'll get through this together. All of us. There's a lot going on, and we need each other.
She hugs you.
I embrace the hug, too.
Okay, as you all embrace and revelations are said, you all are within the dome for this, and it will last 8 hours. Is there anything else you all would like to do while you're within this dome during this moment?
Horatio would lean on over to Duran and be like, hey, I kind of might need your help with strengthening training.
Is it Horatio? I'm still confused by all of this. I don't know why Minako needed help and you wouldn't tell us.
Because it wasn't my place to say. She had to be the one to do it.
This is all very confusing to me, but the one thing I think I understand is magic comes from many different places, and magic itself is not good or bad, no matter where it comes from. It's the way people use it.
You are extremely wise, Duran.
I've studied under a wise wizard. There's still a lot that eludes me. Are we safe? I don't know what's going on, Horatio, but if you tell me what's going on is okay, it will be alright. I will trust your wisdom.
I don't want to say it's okay because I'm not sure myself, but I know if we stick together, it'll be alright. We're the Liberators.
We are the Liberators. That is all I need to hear, Horatio.
So, about this endurance training, I don't know how it works.
I'm gonna stop embracing Minako and give out a deep sigh and just whap, whap, whap and hit Horatio and be like, "You're talking about doing exercise and I'm crying my eyes out? Miley, read the room." Cal, did you have something to tell us? He was waiting for you, Horatio.
Oh, Cal, what's up?
Where's your father?
Where's my father?
Yes.
Last I heard, he was in the layer of darkness. I believe that's the 6th floor.
I see.
Why?
Just something that Kellenvor told me.
In regards to my father?
In regards to a lot of things.
I mean, what did he tell you? Can you talk about it?
He looks over at King crying and Minako crying and Duran confused, and then finally back to Horatio. No.
Do you need to talk about it at a later time?
We'll see.
It's hard to... Alright. We have the gala in a few hours.
Yeah, I guess we're all going to put on our happy faces, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We have that big ball and everything. Oh, it's gonna take so long to get ready. Oh.
I mean, what time is it, DM?
So, you guys had breakfast and it was quite the meal on you. It was delicious, so it wasn't just a quick 10-minute breakfast. You chatted amongst that. And since you were out early and it took about 4 hours, let's see, so 8, 9, so it's about 11 o'clock in the morning?
It's 11 a.m. We still have time until the gala. It's tonight. We should just get ready for that, yeah?
We should rest up. Oh, we don't want to have any bags under our eyes or anything.
Alright, so, all within inside the dome, what would you like to do next?
Actually, since it's kind of early, Horatio would like to go to the nearest Corporis building real quick.
Well, before you leave, we were waiting for you to get back, and you're gonna leave already?
Oh, well, what? I thought we did. What else do you have in mind?
Well, I think that if we wanted to speak openly in the dome without the house hearing, but if there are other things that can still hear us, and we've said all we can say, I was going to unveil my unicorn within Chastifold.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Can I pet it?
Yes, you weren't there for that. So, her name is Keliara, and she is an aspect of me and of Miliki, so she is a sentient being of greatness, and you must ask permission and consent. But
of course.
if you admire her truly, I think that the adoration will be well received, and she will allow you to do so.
All right. Well, where's that unicorn?
I'll smile, and as we stand up, I'll rub my hands together and sort of prestidigitate flower petal leaves sort of raining down on all of us to wipe away the tears and the soot and drama or soil from us and clean us up a little bit to make us feel a little refreshed.
Clean up all that drama.
Clean up all that drama.
You're gonna need 7 prestidigitations.
Right, yeah. But then after we stand up, I'll hold up Chastifold, which now looks like a long, gigantic unicorn spear with a few embellishments. upon it, and so we've left the dome and are now standing in the grass in the backyard. I'll close my eyes and hold it close to my chest, and then I'll fling my arm with a flourish and call forth, and then let go the spear, and hold it out and call forth Kiliara.
Alright, so the dome settles down and you all walk on over to witness King's performance. He spins around a bit, flourishing the new Chastafol and spinning it up. Eventually, King, your spins become in sync. Eventually you let go of Chastafol as it starts to pull away from you, and continue the motion with your hands as if you're moving Chastafol itself with your fingertips. It moves and syncs with you until eventually glowing into this bright white light. It begins to fold into itself, breaking into several different pieces before being scrunched together into this spherical white light, and eventually forming out legs, hooves, a white body with a beautiful long mane of an equine creature. It lands forth in front of King, bowing its head as it completely is materialized into a beautiful, majestic, rainbow unicorn, with that's just oozing with grace and holy light as it bows with his head down to the ground in front of you, King.
I offer a grand bow gesture in return, and then after a moment of doing so, I'll walk forward like I'm familiar with it, and give it a pat and nuzzle my face in its face, like a hello.
It speaks into your mind and says with that multi-toned voice, "My champion, my king, you have summoned me. I am here to do your service, for with you I have been born anew. May I pray chance speak freely and request that you name me in your honor."
Oh, well, certainly. And I look up in thought for a moment, and I say, yes, I think that will do. And I will, still holding its equine face in my hand, I'll take a step back so I can sort of display towards the group as well as the unicorn in front of me, and I'll say, in my presence you have adapted and grown, and you are powerful, and that will continue. I count on your aid, the aid that you grant me, and I bestow upon you a deserving name. With honor, you are Caliburn.
And as you say that, the beautiful mane erupts from its white color into a multicolored flame of light as it flourishes, and you all feel heat, but it's not a hot heat, more of a divine energy of a heat that's flourishing from it as it sets forth a bright light. The entire area is encapsulated in this bright, shining force of light that, if anything, anyone all around you, because you're just on the outside, anyone can see this. The brightest thing in the entire light district, no pun intended, is right
in a show.
Lol.
But eventually, and you all hear in your heads, I am Caliburn, champion of Myliki, champion of Harlequin.
And you see my face, I start to just beam with happiness, and there's just radiant glow about me.
And then as it does so, it once again steps in front, and it goes right next to King, and it just stands next to you. And it's just there as a fully realized unicorn. But there's no Chastafol in sight, as in the actual spear. No longer Chastafol, but now Caliburn.
Thank you for coming to my aid. I summoned you because I wish to get to know you closer, and also my companions. They wish to adore you, as you will be aiding them as well as me. And then I proclaim to you, I turn and I say, I proclaim to you Caliburn, the true spirit.
Minako will give one of those elaborate bows that are only given by the crystal maidens in the Temple of Nyx, giving true respect to Caliburn.
Duran is going to try to make an animal handling check to try to pet Caliburn, if DM will allow.
Horatio bows respectfully as well.
Sure. Roll me an animal handling check.
As I see my Stellus approaching, I'll say, Stellus, as you are one with me, embrace Caliburn.
I rolled an 18 in total.
Roll me another one. Actually, you roll advantage. You are a Stellus from the Steel Eye ritual. Okay.
A 12.
All right, so 18 it is then. So during this entire time, Duran, you feel a connection to this unicorn, it's not just a creature that is there to assist you, but more of like it's almost feel like it's a part of you as well, just as much as a part of King. You go to pet it and it nuzzles you. Before you even go to touch it, it touches you and begins to nuzzle your hand, and you just feel a warmth coming from this creature.
I feel like I know you.
You hear inside your head, "You are close to my heart as you are to my master's. As you are connected to him, you are connected to me. As his love shines bright for you, so is mine for you as well." And it begins to nuzzle you.
Oh.
I'm sure I feel that as well, even though it's in his mind. I can see the connection.
Yeah, everyone
I'll
can see the connection.
I'll extend my hand to Horatio and Cal, as if they want to, I'll usher you can now pet, you can admire and gracefully pet Caliburn.
You each go carefully to go ahead and pet the unicorn, and it feels great. Silky smooth skin. The hair is just so fine and grand, and the energy it emits just brings happiness, uplifting the desolate feeling situation and conversation that was before to now more of a positive and inspirational. And you all bask in the glow of Caliburn made form.
After an appropriate amount of time passes, I will grab Caliburn's head and nuzzle my head in it and say, "You are an inspiration indeed, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and you will aid me greatly." And I'll say, "You will aid me greatly, and I can only imagine the things we'll do together in the future." And then I'll reform it.
Okay. It touches his head, its unicorn horn towards your head as you clasp your hands, and it reforms. A blinding light shines once again. You all, except for King, cover your eyes for a second, and as the light fades away, Caliburn floats in the air, humming and glowing, and as the glowing fades away, it lands right next to King, floating on his tip, kind of just hovering in the air.
I will, pull it forth and grasp onto it.
Okay.
And I'll turn to the group and say, "Well, what do you think? That's what I learned last night."
That's incredible.
It's astounding, King.
My goodness, so beautiful.
I know.
Just another impressive miracle.
I really am lucky. And I'm glad that I could share this all with you. Now, if anyone else... Oh, how could I forget? Estaf, ma. And I'll say, "My love in Elvish. You must unveil your blade's name as well."
Oh, well,
I got a sneak peek this morning, but I think it deserves an unveiling as well.
I was hoping I would get to name the blade in Dwarven, but neither me nor Neoplishkara, my dearest, as Duran says in the Valkyrie dialect. But I do not know enough Dwarven, or any Dwarven. I've named this blade Rafflesia, the corpse flower.
I don't speak Dwarven, but I can find out for you.
Thank you, Wizard Horatio. If we could go back to the blacksmith who made it, I would like to get its name carved in it. When we save Shiverin, that's the first thing I'll do. When I was communing with my blade, when Koben was pulling the ritual, I saw, with my blade, I felt a deep understanding that the blade can move chaos energy, perhaps even pulling it away in such a way that I might strike back at my enemies with it. But, like all magic, as I've learned from Wizard Horatio's explanations, it comes at a cost, and the chaotic energy itself is something I can handle.
Well, I mean, if you can control it, you're one step closer to being able to handle it.
I normally would not condone this behavior, but I feel as if we have to have someone who can control it to help us understand it greater. And, well, it pains me when chaos energy is unleashed, not physically or mentally, emotionally. I think it is best in the hands of Duran, and I can act as a shield or anchor to prevent him from going too far. Or that is my intent.
Next time, I will be ready for EA and Doramo when I give them a taste of their own medicine.
Next time, we'll be ready.
And with that, we will end tonight's session.
Oh, why?
Good session. Good session.
All right. Yeah, but great session, everyone. You guys did a great job. Tons of RP, good rolls. And speaking of rolls, everyone, you should definitely check out Roll to Save. They are a podcast dedicated to the history of RPGs. They pick a game, and for that month, they have shows about the history of the game, roundtables where they talk about memories of the game they experienced back in the day, and also have an occasional one-on-one or one-off session. It's an awesome show, and I suggest you all go to see it. Please visit them at rolltosave.blog, or you can find them on Twitter at rolltosave. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, guys, for joining today's session. I hope you had a blast. I certainly did. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We love you. From the first chapter to the last page, be kind to one another, love each other, and be safe. Thank you.